Welcome to Neff Cycle Service. My name's Isaac, I'm the owner here, and welcome to this Bikeflights Top Shop tour. Come on in. Welcome to the shop here. I started this business back in 2016, spent 2 years running it just me, mostly focused at that point on service work, a lot of bike fitting, custom bike builds, that sort of work. Over the years, we've slowly grown to where we are today. We moved into this space in 2019 and have slowly grown since then. We still do, just like when I started, a little bit of everything. We work with all different kinds of cyclists, from gravel, mountain bike, a lot of road in this area, and triathlon. Definitely a fun way to run a business because we get to see all different kinds of things on an everyday basis. One thing through all of those customer types we love to do is help people who are passionate about riding. So a lot of enthusiasts, a lot of people who just love to ride. And we try to meet them where they're at with the type of work that they need. So we don't mind if someone brings in something that they bought somewhere else or a project. We have a lot of customers who love to do a little bit of work themselves, so we often get half-built bikes and we'll finish it off for them. But we also love building bikes from start to finish with somebody and making it exactly what they want it to be. Over here we've got our shop. We're excited for a little renovation this winter, but this is how it sits in October after a busy season, so excuse the mess and all the bits and pieces everywhere. Kind of fun to see it in full flight here. Three main areas, that's where the full-time mechanics work. You can see everybody's a little different with how they like to set up their benches. We've got even a bit of a variation in bikes here in the stands from yesterday. We don't see a lot of e-bikes, but here's one that needs a little bit of work. We've got a mountain bike here and of course, triathlon bike over here. Of course, some fun stuff for you cyclocross racers out here. Don't see as many tubulars as we used to, but there's the batch for today, so we'll be gluing some up today. That's always fun. Shock service back here in the back. Hoping to make that a little bit better space over the winter, but that's something we do quite a bit of. Basic shock services, even higher level tuning. That's the main shop area, our main cash wrap and front counter here. And then, of course, a lot of half-built bikes floating everywhere, because one thing we love to do is make bikes right for people. So we constantly have frames with wheels and maybe a few parts hanging from them, but we have no problem modifying things to make it exactly the way somebody wants. Frames that are waiting to be built up here, some projects. For bikes, we do a number of different brands. Probably our two biggest would be BMC and Cervelo. We do quite a bit with them. Great brands to work with. We also sell Salsa, Time, do a fair bit with Envy, Santa Cruz, and Revel. We love working with brands that are pretty focused on something, whether it's a category that they do well in or a style of bike. And we also kind of are careful with picking different brands that play off each other and have subtle differences. So really fun to be able to get people good options across a lot of different categories. One thing we do a lot with is upgrades on bikes. So we do lots of new group sets. We do lots of custom wheels. So we work with Envy, Zip, and Reserve are our three main wheel brands, but we do a lot of other rims and hubs and love to do custom wheels for people and build those up. Whenever we're selling a bike, one of the best places to start is with a fit, and we do a ton of fits. I'm the main fitter here, and this is our fit area back here. One thing about fits for me is that I try to keep them pretty straightforward. There's a lot, of course, fancy bike fits out there which are amazing, a lot of great technology. We may add some of that in the future, but at this point I love just doing what I consider to be setup fits for people, but it's a great way to check fit before someone buys something. So we mock up a ton of bikes with our fit bike as a way to test ride something basically without getting on the exact setup bike for someone. And obviously a lot of saddles, all that kind of stuff. A lot of handlebars, a lot of takeoff handlebars. You always end up with more wide handlebars than you want, especially these days with the trend for narrow stuff. So seeing a lot of good return on that, and people love it. Yeah, a lot of takeoff stuff, of course. And then this way, you're gonna get into the guts, so to speak, with all the stuff that's hard to keep track of and hard to stay organized. So always love to see what other shops do with this stuff, but it's been always tricky for us. So here we've got some projects coming up. So got a bunch of bikes to build here. We got a fat bike here, Otto Wojtek. Got, this is actually a cool bike because it's one of the last Gunners, so made in Wisconsin bikes, but we're gonna build that up for somebody. A Caius, a bunch of SRAM stuff there, an NV Mog build, all kinds of stuff, bunch of bikes to build. And of course, on that same takeoff of all the handlebars, we've got lots of cranks. You're always changing crank arm lengths and things like that. Just a bunch of repair parts there with a bunch of cassettes and a ton of repairs. Always doing repairs, always struggling to keep them organized, but you can see a bit of a swath of our customers' bikes. It's always fun to see other people's bikes, but we've got everything from obviously some cyclocross stuff this time of the year, some road bikes, gravel, triathlon, a couple tri-bikes sitting in there, a little bit of everything, always fun. And same thing behind you here, these are just some bikes that people we're working on for them or something like that. We've got, if people want to see specifics, there's actually some fun ones here. That is a highly custom bike. It is one of the smallest bikes I've ever designed, a Mosaic here. This is kind of a fun bike because this is Emily Batty's old bike. So that's a unique one. So this is, if you ever see a bike with no paint like this, often in this area, that means a Trek prototype or something like this, but you can see this is built up pretty much exactly like she would have ridden it. We just put some new tires on it because finally the original 1.9 tires dried out there. So time for something a little bit normal sized. Even has those super light, very easy to dent gold stands wheels there. So I'm sure you might have some experience with those. And then we got to show you our tire selection, of course. This is the other big enthusiast thing. If you're into tires, we love tires around here, who doesn't? And you're always trying to pick the best tire for the right conditions. So we're always trying to choose what we consider to be the best tire. So definitely a lot of Continentals floating through these days, Vittoria, but we've got some Rene Hurst, obviously a lot of Maxxis stuff for mountain bikers out there. Always fun to get somebody set up on that perfect tire for whatever event's coming up for them. We use Bikeflights quite a bit around here as a shop that works with a lot of enthusiasts and people who do events. They're always traveling around. So for us, it's been a great way to just box somebody's bike up, ship it to wherever they need to go. It's a lot simpler than trying to get it in a bike case and take it on a plane or something. It's often a better value than trying to just print a UPS label. It's a lot more simple. We use Bikeflights quite a bit to ship full bikes, wheels, even smaller parts if somebody needs something quick, and it's really easy to look up the tracking number and get them all the information that they need. It's been great working with Bikeflights, and as we grow, we continue to do more and more shipping of stuff, so I can see it's been a really good partnership for us. Thanks for coming by Neff Cycle Service. If you're ever in Madison and need some bike work done, stop by. Thanks for coming in on this Bikeflights Top Shop Tour.